What's up, guys? It's Flossin. And man, I cannot believe I'm making this video. I'm sure by now everyone knows about the cinematic trilogy I dropped on Soldier Zero Anby. At this point, it's basically a mascot for the channel. But here we are again. The trilogy has actually become a part 4 series because I just got done testing buffed Soldier Zero Anby. And I'm not exaggerating when I say I'm completely mind blown by what they did to her. So today, I'm giving you my raw first impressions of the new and improved Anby. We're going over her pre and post buffs, the teams I tested, and how Hoyoverse might have messed up big time, and where I think Anby stands now in the meta. If you guys enjoy discussion videos like these and want to see more, be sure to drop a like and subscribe. It's completely free and lets me know you enjoy this type of content. Now, with formalities out of the way, let's talk games. Now, before we get into the meat and bones of everything, let's quickly get the boring disclaimers out of the way. The first one is this is my first time playing buffed Soldier Zero Anby. I know her changes have been public for a while thanks to the early access server, but I kind of stayed away from all of that content because I wanted to surprise myself. The second thing, I stuck to my word. I haven't touched Anby pretty much since I tested Seed. She's literally been benched for all of patch 2.2. So if my gameplay looks rusty, it's because it is. The third thing, my builds are not average. They took a lot of time and dedication to grind for. Every character here has their signature weapon, and you'll see my full builds rolling in the background here. And a small reminder that the deadly assault buffs are currently favoring electric attack agents, so just keep that in mind. Okay, with disclaimers out of the way, let's get into buffed Soldier Zero Anby. So, what happened? Well, Anby got a lot of changes, and honestly, every single one of them is a win. There are three main things that I noticed: her core passive, her dodge counter, and her EX special. Let's start with her core passive first. Anby's core passive now lets Anby's teammates build up silver marks for her with their aftershock attacks, and that is massive. It means any aftershock agent, regardless of synergy, can help build up to her damage potential. On top of that, she now increases all aftershock crit damage by 5% of her own crit damage. This is nice because it's an added on crit damage to the 30% she already gives. Pretty good, solid damage amplifier. Her additional ability also got reworked. Her chain attacks and ultimate now are treated as aftershock damage. What does this mean? Well, number one, it means more damage, and number two, it means her chain attacks are finally worth using. Before in your rotations, you would avoid them like the plague, because it would cut into your field time with Anby, and the damage wasn't worth it. But now, with the new and improved Anby, her chain attack is totally viable. The next thing I noticed is Anby's dodge counter. Now this move was already amazing, but I think it is beyond broken now. When you trigger a dodge counter, Anby enters voltage overload for 15 seconds. While she's in that mode, you can cancel any basic attack, dash attack, or dodge counter mid-animation as long as the enemy has a mark on them. It basically makes Anby super hard to interrupt. Bosses used to smack you around mid-combo and kind of ruin your day, but now she's got iframes and the cancellation freedom. She finally feels fluid and unstoppable in combat. Huge W. And the final biggest change that I've noticed is her EX special. This move is easily my favorite part that they've changed. It still consumes 3 marks, but now when you consume 3 marks, she automatically triggers a follow-up attack. And this follow-up attack isn't just more damage, it's also really fun to play. I found myself spamming it over and over in VR training like a kid with a new toy. And there's even some small tech I found while running the new EX special on Anby. So if you don't consume all 3 marks at once, you actually don't get punished and you still get the follow-up attack. The follow-up still triggers as long as all 3 marks are used within a short window. Here's what I mean. Let's say you use 2 marks on Anby, then wait a second, and then use a third. Boom. She still gets the follow-up. And the same thing works in reverse. If you use 1 mark, wait a couple seconds, and then use the next 2, she still gets the follow-up attack. It's a subtle quality of life change, but in combat, it's a lifesaver, especially during boss fights where you can't always get clean mark cycles. Anyway, those are the biggest changes I noticed while reading her kit, but let's move on to the test results, because this is where things got interesting. So I did all of my testing against UCC, both with and without buffs, just to kind of see the difference. And the first test I did was solo Anby with no buffs. And during this run, I died. Yep, I died. Listen, I wasn't lying when I said I benched this character, okay? This run got me a pitiful score of 7.6k. But after warming up a bit, I went in again with the buffs of Soldier Zero Anby, and I scored 14,000 points, completely solo. A limited S-rank agent who can get 2 stars on their own in Deadly Assault? Where have I seen this before? Anyway, after my solo testing, I tested her with real teams. The first one was Anby, Trigger, and Orpheus. This team scored me 39k without buffs, and with buffs, I scored 44k. That's roughly a 13% increase, even with mistakes in my rotation. And I didn't record my final run with this team, but once I cleaned it up and learned a bit more of the rotations, I scored 47k on UCC. You can see the screenshot of my score on screen now. The next team I ran was Anby, Trigger, and Seed, my favorite quick swap team. Without Samby's buffs, I got a casual 42k. And with her buffs, I got a casual 45k. Still super consistent and easy to pilot once you get her rhythm down. And the final team that I tested was the classic Anby, Trigger, and Astra. Now by this time, my rust on Soldier Zero Anby was mostly gone. And without any buffs, I scored 42k, and with buffs, I scored 46k. And I want to really emphasize that this is me playing bad, right? At this point, I was still playing the new Anby like the old one, and there were times where I wasn't even fully optimizing voltage overload. So, even with my scuffed gameplay, I was casually clearing 45k like it was nothing. And I think the craziest part about this is that my good friends are casually scoring 60k runs. Shout out Dingle Bob and Anby Nation. So yeah, it's very clear this agent is way stronger than before. And honestly, I think Hoyoverse kind of messed up, but in the funniest way possible. Soldier Zero Anby was never bad. She just needed cleaner mechanics. But instead of just fixing her consistency, they went full, let's turn her into a monster. They gave her smoother gameplay and more damage. Before, I would say Anby hovered around tier 1, maybe even tier 1.5, but now, she's no question a tier 0.5 agent in my opinion. And that's with me barely scratching her full potential. Once players have perfected their rotations and get their hands on this, Anby is going to be competing with the top DPS agents we have in the game. Also, something I didn't mention, her new basic attack has grouping built into it, which is amazing. One of her old issues was struggling with trash mobs, but now with built-in grouping and White Thunder triggering when you kill an enemy, she just melts trash mobs. And this right here is how you buff an agent. You don't just inflate damage numbers and call it a day. You fix the feeling of them. You fix the flow. I really think that the devs sat down, looked at Anby's identity, and said, okay, how do we make this fun while still feeling like Anby? And I really think they nailed it. Voltage overload might be one of the best design changes this game has ever seen. I know it's not that impactful on paper, but it is essential when it comes to fluid gameplay with her. I'm happy, Anby Nation's happy, and the face of Zenless Zone Zero finally feels like the powerhouse she was always meant to be. But there is one small thing about Anby. They buffed her to the heavens, and they didn't give her a rerun. So essentially, if you don't have Anby right now, you just kind of have to sit and watch everyone else have fun. Maybe they're saving her rerun for the next patch, who knows? But for now, she's exclusive to the believers who kept her. And hey, I know I've had my runs with Soldier Zero Anby, but I still have her, okay? It is what it is. I know what you guys did in patch 1.5. I know what you guys did in patch 1.5. But, yeah. I think that's enough yapping out of me. Guys, these Anby changes are insane. From the moment I picked her up, it felt like playing a brand new character, but not so different that I had to completely relearn her. She's smooth, she's powerful, and she's more flexible than ever for Aftershock teams. Now, I didn't have a lot of time to go super deep into every single test, and because of that, this whole thing has me really curious. What do you guys think? How do you feel about the new and improved Soldier Zero Anby? Do you like her, hate her, and what kind of scores have you been getting in Deadly Assault since she got buffed? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, big shout out to my Discord boosters and YouTube members. You guys are the ones that make these videos possible, so thank you. And just a small reminder, face reveal at 20k subs. Tell your mom, your dad, your waifus, we're making it happen. But until next time, happy gaming. Bye. And may your pulls be ever in your favor.